It's a walking video. So, well, it's going to be more quiet where I go. It's Friday. Usually go to the gym on Friday, but I haven't been for a while. And I thought I'd do a walking video. I was inspired by Owen, LeBossu77 on YouTube. He did a walking video. I think he was tagged by someone. I wasn't tagged. I just was interested by the subject. It was about games you hadn't finished. And Owen made it interesting because he explained why he didn't finish games, and I could relate to his reasons, almost all of them. So I thought I'd combine my walk today with a little talking about why I don't finish games, because I don't. I'm part of the Nerdtopia Facebook group. It's about 80 members, I think. It's a small group. But one of the popular pastimes of this group is posting about how many games you finished this week, and I always feel like I don't belong to that group because that's not what I do. I mean, I realize most of the games that they finish are finished with aids, right? Like rewinds and all that. I mean, they're finishing games that you normally wouldn't finish. Hey, I finished Pac-Man, you know. So but I thought I'd talk about the reasons why I don't finish games. I think that's interesting. Well, it'll be interesting to me, at least. So games I haven't finished. So maybe I should talk about games that I have finished first, because they are far in the minority. They're easier to mention. I've finished games like Quake 2. I think that's the first game I ever finished. And I finished a game like Submerged. I finished Uncharted 4. I finished almost all of the Sniper Elite games. I didn't finish the first one because I didn't like it. I tried it, but it's nothing like the other ones. So it's not that I've never finished a game. I probably finished a couple of others, but I may mention them as and if I remember them. So, but let's just take a couple of games that I haven't finished recently. Well, I could name the games that you can't finish. Like I can play Elite. It's an unfinishable game, just like Minecraft or Arma, Battlefield. I play those games, PUBG. I play those games with Evo Haler and Grubgun and Catkin, or should I just say Giles and Jeremy and Brandy and Dave, because that's just fun most of the time. I don't get too angry or frustrated, which is the main reason why I don't finish games. I realize this. But a couple of games that I haven't finished. Well, like God of War. I think I have all the God of War games. And I've seriously tried to play God of War, like the latest one, and I didn't get really far, but I got quite a way in, and I played it a couple of times, so I came back to it. And then there was this bit that was really tough, that I thought was really tough. You're on a lake and you're boating around, and there's a couple of sections or locations where you have to go around the lake. And I got to this one platform that was just really tough. Really tough. I knew what I had to do. I had to fight some dudes and kill them, and then it's like wave after wave, and then it stops, and I won. I beat that. But it's not enjoyable. Not to me. Even after I beat it, I'm just thinking, shit, you know, that's because I had to try a couple of times, and that just frustrates the hell out of me. So I have to put it down and come back to it. You know, I have to really get over something to get back into a section of a game that you're really not enjoying. And I'm thinking to myself, why the hell am I doing this? Because I'm not having any fun. And then after I'm done, I'm sort of, okay, that's done with. It's kind of the same with Hellblade. I love the concept of Hellblade, right? It's a game made from the perspective of a mentally disturbed person, which is really well done, and I recommend the game just for that. The gameplay is a little bit less interesting. It's not bad, but you have to, it's a sort of a puzzle, running through a fire, finding letters and symbols, and fighting off dudes, which can become really tough as well. I'm just not a really good gamer, but I found it frustrating, and there it is again. You know, I don't get any enjoyment out of really tough battles. And then there's this mechanic where you get sort of blood rot or something, and you can see it in the game. It crawls up your arm every time you die. You get a little bit more rot, you know, when it reaches your brain, you're dead permanently. At least that was the mechanic when the game came out, I think. Can you hear that? Swans. 3 of them. I think they patched that out. I'm not sure, but that's in the back of my mind, and I'm just, I don't want to be there when it happens. You know, if I die, okay, that's one thing. You know, I'm not happy with it, even if it doesn't really mean anything in the game. But if you then die often enough for the game to say, well, now you have to start again, I'm out, man. I don't like that. Which is probably why all the Nerdtopians use the rewind function to prevent that, right? So everyone is struggling with the same frustration. I just can't handle it very well. Which reminds me of another game, Cursed Castilla, or Maldita Castilla. Great game. Loco Malito made it. Loco Malito makes a lot of games. Many people know him, but a lot of people don't know him, I think. A really tough 8-bit lookalike platformer and puzzle game, and fucking tough, you know, every level. Oh no, thought I'd lost a path here. Every level is hard. You have to really memorize it, learn all the attack patterns, and then after dying a million times you can progress if you've learned all the levels. And it's timed, so if you take too much time, you die permanently, and you have to start again from a save. If you get far enough, you get to a save point, so you're trying to progress a couple of levels to the next save point, and you keep doing the same stuff. And that repetition, you know, every time the same fucking thing. I've already proven that I can do it. I've already done it, you know. You have to do it again and again, and that prevents me from picking up the game. You know, I have to do it again, you know, Jesus Christ. It's true that sometimes, after not trying for a long time, you can pick up a game again and you can just do it. And you wonder, why did I not see this? Why did I not beat this level? I had this level. It's a really well-made game, like Maldita Castilla. You have this level where you stand on a cart that is drawn by horses, and you're being attacked from all around. And on this cart is you and two like grayed out soldiers who are with you. And I just thought they were part of the background. They do move, but I was just fighting off all the enemies that were coming at me, and this is a lot because they come from every direction, and then they come from above, and then at the end it's like a two-headed eagle. I just couldn't handle it all by myself. And then, after not having played the game for a long time, I picked it up again and I looked at these other two characters, and they were actually fighting for me. And it turns out you can probably win the level by not doing anything. You can just duck and try to avoid every attack, and they will attack the enemies for you. Why didn't I see that? It took me months. So that's one that I definitely haven't finished. So I thought of this other game, which I still don't know why I'm not finishing, or I'm not even playing it. You know, sometimes things just get forgotten. Like Horizon Zero Dawn. I'll have to come back to that one. But the Metroidvania like Axiom Verge, I played on the Wii U. Had to buy a digital copy, but you know, that's beside the point. Vehicle. I promised Owen, by the way, that I'd show him how quiet things can be here. So far, no luck. It's not London, but usually on Friday by this time there's no one here, but that's just how it goes. At least it's not like London where I couldn't hardly understand anything he said. There was so much traffic. Anyway, sidetrack. Axiom Verge, great game. Indie game developed by a single guy, great soundtrack. Again, 8-bit graphics kind of thing, and it's just like Metroid basically. So you go around a map, which you discover. It's a lot of exploring. You get a lot of enemies, you get a lot of weapons and double jumps and all that, and teleports, and it's really well made. Some really nice graphical ideas in there as well, and I've enjoyed it. And I played it, you know, on the Wii U, on the tablet, in the living room part. So it was really comfortable, and it was nice, and it was good music, and I was just enjoying it. And then one day I put it down, and it didn't come back. Well, more cars. It's amazing. It's another thing, when you're a pedestrian walking, I mean, granted, there's no, I'll try, can I show the road? I'll have to turn my camera around. There's no path here for pedestrians, really. But cars, they don't want to wait. They don't want to wait for someone who's walking here, you know. Even though if I can see a car coming and I'm walking on the wrong side of the road, as a pedestrian's supposed to do, walking into traffic so you can see it coming. Sometimes you can see a car coming and it's coming straight for you while it's supposed to go around you. And if, you know, when they do that, it means that there's traffic behind me, and they really have to stop and wait until the traffic, and they don't. They'd rather run into me or expect me to jump into the into the water. I think I would die from some sort of biological poisoning if I jumped in here. So Metroidvania kind of game, Axiom Verge, and I'm debating with myself, why don't I just play this again? Maybe, well, I certainly haven't seen everything yet. But there is stuff that I remembered. I mean, there's a map in the game, but the map shows you how far you've been, but it doesn't remind you. Jesus Christ. It doesn't remind you of what was there when you were there. Why didn't you continue there? Now you can place a marker. I think you can sort of, it helps you to remember what or why, but sometimes you think, okay, so to find out what was there, I have to travel all the way there, risk the lives and everything that I have to get there, just to discover, oh, I don't have the double jump yet, so I can't do anything here. That's kind of what's stopping me from doing that. So this sort of the help me remember kind of thing, like the Zelda game. I played Wind Waker. I played Zelda Wind Waker on the 3DS or on the DS or whatever, XL. And it's a fun game. It's well made, nice puzzles, nice challenge, not too bad, not too easy, but it doesn't help you. It doesn't tell you where to go next. And I was in this level somewhere, and I put the game down and I picked it back up, you know, and I thought, you know, let's just continue, and I just didn't have a clue. No clue. What do I do now? And I can go, you know, look around and search around and try things, but that's a whole different kind of, I want to play a game, right? If you want to do that. That's the same thing as, or kind of like the other Zelda game, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, playing it on Wii U. What? And, whoops, truck. Yeah. Came away with my life again. Breath of the Wild. So I'm playing that, and I'm playing it in my tempo. You know, I don't know the game. I don't watch the videos. I don't know anything about the game. So I just go somewhere and do something, and then I set myself a goal. Oh, you know, this thing looks like the next thing to do. So I set myself a goal, and it turns out it's so far away that in my entire game session of that moment, I don't even reach it. You know, it's too far away. And you can't just go there because you have to go through a valley, and of course I get distracted by everything. Oh shit, I'm walking in the wrong direction. It's not what I had intended. Okay. Well, it's fine. This. Yeah. This wasn't supposed to happen. See, I normally walk and I don't talk, so now I just went in a completely different direction than I was. Oh wait, what I can do is do the reverse. I can do that. I'll do that. I do the reverse of what I was planning to do. It works out anyway. So Breath of the Wild, you know, I come back to it, but a hard time remembering. Oh shit! And then there's some challenges, like you have to fix a bridge. Hold on. Yeah. More cars. I'm going left up there, and the cars will be gone. You have to fix a bridge, and it's really cold, and because it's so cold you die because of the cold. And I know you have to get like peppers and eat them and cook them, but or get warm clothes or whatever, you know. It's really Nintendo style, make things difficult. I don't like that, but I got past it anyway. Truck. Quiet now. And okay, so I put it down, and then I had this kid coming around. Like, my friends came for dinner, we barbecued, and all the kids that come over, they know that I have games, so I always get, you know, the guys always asking, can I go in your game room? So I said, sure, yeah, just don't break anything. So this kid, this teenager, picked up my Wii U and started playing Zelda Breath of the Wild. Of course, he used my account. Fucking prick. He used my account and he did all kinds of stuff. He picked up things. All of a sudden I had a horse, and I had a different outfit, and at the end of the day, he came to me and said, well, don't you know how to play Zelda Breath of the Wild? You know, he was a teenager. He said, well, I know, you know, I've watched all the videos. I know how to do everything. Haven't you learned anything? I asked him, so you didn't use my account, did you? Yeah, I did. So I didn't know where I was. I had stuff I didn't recognize. I didn't know what to do. Game ruined. So that's another reason. And I liked the concept of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's completely open, but someone changed it for me. Now, what I have to do is just start again. Now I have a horse I don't know what to do with. Weird. Look. Chickens. There's one escaping there. What's he doing? Morning, ladies. Oh, they're walking with me. See that? Think I'm gonna feed you. You're wrong. The entire flock has followed me. That's funny. Yeah, so I'm hoping the wind doesn't ruin the audio now. I've got my hand over the microphone. I don't know if that'll work. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right. So Zelda Breath of the Wild. The best thing is probably just to start over. And to be honest, I didn't get that far. But the point where I stopped playing first was like a section where these rock-made robots came out of the ground, and I had to pass through a field, and there were just, you know, you couldn't walk everywhere because you'd wake them up and they'd just simply destroy you. You couldn't do anything about it, or I couldn't, and it was really tough. So the next time I picked the game up, you know, I got over that point where I thought, okay, let's do this thing that I'm not enjoying and try to get through it anyway. Next time I pick up the game, I'm in a completely different place. And I did ask him, what did you do to get past those things? Fuck. Nondescript answer came. Bikers. So, do I go back where I was? Did he just find a different path, or I did find the whatchamacallit, like the glider, and I was told that the glider would completely change the game. Well, it didn't really for me. Did make things easier, and you can reach places that you otherwise couldn't, but I think Zelda Breath of the Wild is just too big. I remember the first time I started that game up, and it sort of indicated that I had to go in a certain direction. I thought, no, let's do something completely different. And I went in a completely different direction, and there was something there. There was part of a game there, so I was really impressed with that. Jesus Christ, it's going to be car day. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I never have this amount of cars. So, but we have to talk about Horizon Zero Dawn as well. Horizon Zero Dawn, I love the story, and I love everything about that game, the graphics and but what makes it difficult for me is, again, the open world. Some people really like that. I just don't know where to go, and I feel I have to go everywhere, and every mission, if I take on a side mission, there was this one side mission, I have to find someone's sister or whatever, and I can't find her. He doesn't give me a clue, and I have no idea where to look or where to go, and it's still in my mind now. It's easily been a year ago, and I still have that guy. Shit, I'm supposed to find a sister. I hate that. Anyway, I liked the game, but I was really impressed with the AI. You know, the monstrous-looking machine animals that are really good at AIing. And they kind of scared me. It's kind of difficult beating some of them, and some of them, like the horse-like animals, they really, or the elk or the deer or whatever, they really charged you. You know, they're really smart, and they that's nice, but I have to think too hard to beat them. One of the weapons that you have, you can sort of place a sort of a gate or a wire, really. And if you know the track that an animal's going to walk, which you can see, you can put that wire over the road, and then they'll trip on it and they'll get zapped. I didn't know how to work that weapon. That's another thing. You have to sort of craft your stuff. And I'm not, you know, someone mentions something, and then you craft something, and is that the something that the person meant, or is it something else? I don't know how to do it, and I watch a video and I think, oh, this is the weapon that I have, and it turns out I'm watching videos of how you can put a stake in the ground and sort of lasso an animal and it'll be stuck in place. But I'd made like the wire across the road weapon. I was trying to use the wire weapon as the lasso weapon. Of course, that animal's standing there charging me and killing me, and I'm thinking, why the fuck I have this weapon? I don't know how to use it, you know. I have to look at tutorials and everything. Man, too much trouble. I just want to sniper elite. I don't have to think. You know, I can just the difference with games like Sniper Elite is that I can't stop playing them. Every time I have a free moment, I think, oh, I can play a level. And it'll take like 2 or 3 hours at every level. Just pick it up and go, you know. And yes, you die, and yes, things are hard, but I always know why. I always know what to do, you know, and there's a lot of confidence I have in that game. That's a nice place. Fence. Probably got something in there, right? So this whole why don't I finish games thing it's really just about me, isn't it? It's about my own problems with getting frustrated too easily or not wanting to think. Like Rime. I played Rime. I liked Rime. Graphically, again, nice. It's no combat. This is no combat. I don't think it's combat. Maybe a little. I prefer no combat, like Journey. I love Journey. Short game, but no combat. Just running and going places. Exploration, great stuff. But Rime, I stopped playing Rime. Puzzles, you know, sometimes a puzzle, Jesus, you know, some puzzles are just too difficult. You know, I have to, it's not that I can't solve them, but oh, you have to put the thing there and then turn the thing there and put the ball there, and come on, you know, I can figure it out, but that's with a lot of things, you know. New programming languages, learning them, Jesus, again, done it so many times. New technology, like the new phone, or you get an update of an app, or I used to love like figuring that out, and you can see it in my daughter. Oh no, I know how that works, you know. She's just learned it, and it's still fun. But once you figured out how the phone app works, you don't want to have to do it again, you know, because they had an update and some genius thought that the next update was really because they have to update like every week because you don't exist if you don't update. And they completely forget about the user experience. And it just goes down the drain. User experience is usually shit these days because people don't care anymore. You know, you have to look for stuff. Past this person, gonna say hello to him, maybe. Right, still in the car. Wait a minute. No, so that's really, really annoying to have to re-figure out. You know, if I knew perfectly well how to put a little avatar, a little you know, if you chat and you want to add something to your text, like an emoji, that's what I was looking for. I knew how to do that. Even when it became a little bit harder, like you had to add a keyboard to do that. Oh, you add a keyboard. Okay, done that. That's completely changed by now, you know, and I haven't wanted to add something to my text for a long time, but then all of a sudden I think, oh, let's put this in or let's put that in, and I just have no idea where it is. And that's okay, but I don't want to relearn something because some fucking genius programmer, like some 20-year-old, thought, oh, let's do it this way. You know, no regard for human experience. Let's forget about all the millions of people who've learned the previous trick and now you put up a new hoop because you're an asshole. Programming is full of that. Anyway, my point being that relearning something, like doing something again, you know. Oh, you have to put the ball in the hole. Oh, you have to throw this over. Oh, yeah, right, fun. Hey. That's just not attractive anymore. Although, look, it's a guy fishing there. Where? There, see him? There. He's not real. But, relearning stuff. Where was I? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was watching Last of Avari's playthrough of the Darksiders game. He's my hero. He lives in Belarus, another country that's in a little bit of trouble at the moment. And but he's my hero because he finishes all these games. You know, Oblivion just does it every Saturday. He streams the gameplay. He plays a couple hours, cuts the video to YouTube. It's great, and I watched him, and I was watching him solve a little puzzle, and I helped him. He had to like open a portal by throwing a ball, and he'd opened like 2 gates of the portal, but there was a third one that he couldn't reach by jumping, so obviously you had the portal there, but he had to get the ball up there and he didn't know how. So I figured out, oh, maybe, and he figured out that the ball bounces once if you throw it far enough. So I said, well, why don't you throw it up there and then it'll bounce into the gate, and it worked. So I helped him on the stream. That's just sort of, I liked solving the puzzle when someone else is playing it, maybe. But just puzzle solving for the sake of puzzle solving, nah. I don't want to think, you see, all the games that I like to play and all the games that I finished, well, bar may be quick too, you know, I have to think too deeply, and I just want to go. Which is why I'm not an RPG fan. I'm playing Chrono Trigger, doing a serious attempt of playing Chrono Trigger on the PlayStation 1. But my God, is it slow, dude. And I'm not talking about the loading times, it's so slow. You're not seeing much of the surroundings, are you? See, this is where I'm walking. This place, you wanna know what it's called? It's called Newland, or Newland. They have cars here as well. Oink, Beamer. So that's just my thing, not wanting to think too hard. I didn't finish, my arm is getting tired. I didn't finish Unreal 1. I fell in love with that game before it came out. The hype was so big, and I fell for it, and I bought it like day one. And I had to import it from an online shop in Canada. Still have that box, and I played it. It is such a scary game. It was like Alien Isolation, right? But then, oh look, that's a farmhouse. That's nice, isn't it? It looks really posh. A couple of sheepos there. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, that's a sheep chiming in. Oh, Unreal, yeah. It's like Alien Isolation, really scary. And I just thought it was too hard. I'd finished Quake 2, but Unreal, man, oh man. It's a game that I liked the tech and I liked the idea, but... And I was on the forums for months before that game came out. You know, I knew everything there was to know about it before it came out, and then it came out, and it barely run on my game on my PC. And one of the things that this was the first game that had volumetric lighting in it. Ooh. And my Voodoo card couldn't handle the volumetric lighting. But I got it going, and I played the first bit, and then I came to the second map, which is really big, which was a huge thing for that time. And I don't know, I just quit playing it. That was the first game also where they had the AI. It was impressive for the first time, and they actually did strafing and everything, and it scared me. I was too scared, I think, to get frustrated by losing. I still have that game though. I started it up. I did. Jesus Christ. I started it up again. I played it a little bit. Thought, well, okay, let's try it. But something in that game, I just lose interest. It just doesn't, like Sniper Elite. You know, I can't wait. I can't wait to start it again. And I've this one time, Natalie asked me a question. Natalie is Giles' wife. Something about pulling up your gun in the game and how's it work, if something was going wrong. So, well, let me start it up and see what you mean. And simply starting up the game meant that I played it through entirely again, including all the DLC. It just keeps pulling me back in, because there's exploration, there's slow pace, there is combat, but it's under my control. The frustration levels aren't that great. Sometimes there are situations that the AI is just too smart. They seem to know where you are without being able to see you, which is weird. But yeah. Didn't record that last bit. Anyway, those are my reasons for not finishing games. I thought someone behind me. But they're primarily my reasons, you know. They don't have to be anyone else's reasons. I liked Owen's video because his reasons for not finishing games sounded a lot like mine, but maybe the reverse isn't true. I don't know, I wonder. But that's it, you know. If you want to finish your games, you want to see the end of R-Type or whatever, I don't mind so much. I finished enough games to know that there's no pot of gold at the end. Finished Uncharted 4, it's fine, but after that the game becomes, okay, what now? You know, so that's the sadness that Owen talked about. Like, when it's over, it's over. Although I played Sniper Elite a couple of times, but at the end, it's the end. You've seen everything. So maybe I just don't want the show to be over. It's fine. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for being with me on my walk. I liked it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.